I've often wondered, that his risk taking, ability, can it be taught at all, or can it be self-learned, or it's very deeply intrinsic? Even if you were hinting, culture has something to do, but culture means that in that environment, I'll start taking more risk because, culture will affect me, or it just, that's how I am and I can take certain amount of risk and I just won't take more risk beyond that.
A good example would be have Indians who've moved to Western nations where adventure sport is celebrated. Do they do adventure sport?
I don't
right?
think
By
so.
company, they don't become adventurous,
Yeah.
right? So I think it's early shaping.
Yeah.
And have they been put in environment? So let's talk about few frameworks I've seen. For example, I've seen children who played strategy games or risk games naturally have some inclination towards risk. And you will see that pattern in all, at least I've seen. So what I started noticing is that there's a pattern towards, did you play only just physical sport, but did you play also strategy sport? Like which trains you for second order thinking.
Right.
So that's the one big ingredient I've seen. The second big ingredient I've seen is, can you break rules when you need to?
Yeah.
Right? Versus like, rules are like heavenly commands.
Yeah.
That so that's, do you have the ability to change rules? And most people are extremely scared to break rules. And that also comes from upbringing, that were you extremely strict about it, right? Did you encourage random curiosity, right? For all of us have been told when we demonstrated random curiosity as a kid, ke itna dimag, if you do in padhai, you'll get more marks.
Yeah.
So we consistently killed random curiosity. And sometimes you will see creativity has a strong correlation to under-disciplined kids. Because they just connect their brain very differently. When it comes to patterns of, did you take extreme sport thing to, like you were okay with injury and still be able to win? Like, would you push your limit to the highest brink? Did you break some record rules, something that made you sacrifice? So I think some version of sacrifice is key, and comes from a deep place of security, but also deep place of paranoia of not achieving something. So what are you insecure about is how we can easily know who's somebody. Like you can predict how somebody is based on what drives their insecurity.
So let's say somebody can introspect and reflect on their life so far and see some of these patterns that, growing up, what was their risk propensity, even small scale. Were they able to break rules or not able to break rules? And then you create kind of a mental index of, what is my inherent risk appetite.
Correct.
But can also somebody improve on that? Let's say, I feel like I have so far been a good kid, got good grades, went to good schools and so on.
Life events can cause it. Means I would not wish that it happens to somebody in life, but a major loss in life, personal loss, financial loss, big setbacks. Are moments where you can actually choose to be whatever. So I think, how do you use that time to channelize the energy of that event to become that? Obviously, it turns into dark ways also. People get into very dark places through those moments also. So there is a energy gets created. Then now you can channelize the energy to achieve something, or you can channelize the energy to destroy yourself.
So fair, just like, crisis in business, all of us have crisis in personal life.
Yes.
And that's an opportunity to potentially reinvent yourself or make bold moves, some grand gestures, do something dramatic that you would not do otherwise.
And it's funny, like when you think about Elon back again, like he systematically creates personal crisis also.
That's right, yeah.
He's creating personal crisis.
No, I mean, and this phrase of, creating crisis, I mean, definitely in the business context, I've often wondered, is there a way to artificially create a crisis? Because I have, every single time I faced a crisis in the last 15 years journey, amazing things have come out of that. But I did not create those crises. Wo ho gaya, we had to deal with it, we changed.
I think if you take extreme goals, crisis will come as a gift to you all the time. So the fact that we do not have crises is that we have not taken extreme goals.
That's right. That makes sense,
we've all become careful. For example, both of us had very similar journeys in terms of one company exited around the same year. We built another company, and realizations from the first company was applied to the second company. The biggest realization we applied is never run out of runway. And we almost died multiple times in free charge, in Myntra, with few months of runway left and all of that situation. So at least at Cult and Cred, we made sure that the runway is always there for years. But did we take away that thing from our team?
Not betting the farm on anything.
Your team or my team never really felt, oh my God, if we don't do this, we'll die.
Correct. And that's right. And there's only one time we faced it in 2020. And I think, team out executed the best year of execution, before or since, right? But yeah, that was that was a crisis that came from outside.